Opportunities I get to mix with the non-medical colleagues of our university and the students. Thank you so much, Carmen and the team, for making it happen here today. Thank you. So, stakeholder role in higher education management is the topic given to me. Higher education, in very simple definitions, it's the university level education, offers, as you have heard from my colleagues, various levels of degrees and national diplomas and postgraduate degrees. Usually it takes about minimum 3 years, typically 4 years, and as you know, medical degree takes about 5 years. Higher education means there is, of course, the theoretical learning, and there is opportunity for advanced research. And I stress, when we talk about higher education, ladies and gentlemen, whatever the qualification has to be recognized throughout the world. And the specialists produced by these higher education institutes should have a wide range of skills that employers find very useful. What do people talk about the right to education? UNESCO says in 1948, just after the Second World War, in their Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to education. I don't think we have any argument on that. In 1960, the Convention Against Discrimination in Education, they say the organization, the higher education organization, has a duty not only to proscribe any form of discrimination in education, but also to promote equality of opportunity and treatment for all in education. Equality of opportunity and equality of treating all in higher education. සමානාත්මතාවයෙන් සලකන opportunities හැමෝටම සමානව තිබිය යුතුයි higher education. Who are the stakeholders? A very simple definition: those who have interest in higher education, or anyone who is invested in the welfare and success of an higher educational establishment are the stakeholders of higher education. Primary stakeholders: students, teachers, the management. Other stakeholders: government, higher education, for example. Professional bodies: UGC, medical council, parents, non-academic staff, auditors, external quality assurance people. And one of my medical junior colleagues asked, "Madam, what about general public?" Well, when I was looking into the definition, general public, ladies and gentlemen, didn't come to the stakeholder list, but maybe we can argue, we can think about it. The role of government stakeholders. When I was searching the web for material, the American Department of Education talks about increasing access, quality and completion of higher education by the citizens. And I came across this quote from the past president of America, Barack Obama, who was pleading to a group of academics in University of Texas. We'll never increase access to higher education if we don't figure out how to keep tuition affordable for people of all income levels. Past president pleading, the university academics. So we ask your help in addressing one of the biggest problems we have in keeping the opportunity for a college education open to the top 100% Americans. What does Sri Lanka say? The Sri Lankan National Education Commission says they talk about equity and excellence, සමානාත්මතාවය සහ විශිෂ්ටත්වය in education. And they recommend result score techniques, all island merit, all island merit quota to be increased. And very interestingly, and not surprisingly, they say this, ladies and gentlemen: extreme politicization of the system at all levels. They have noticed. And political will at the highest level is needed to correct this situation. Unless politicization is eliminated from the education system, no amount of policy reforms, structural and organizational changes can prevent the breakdown of the system. And I'm proud to say, as a medical faculty academic, I think so far, the medical education is minimally affected by the politicization. We can debate the role of teachers in higher education. Of course, research role, teaching and service roles, as you know, research and teaching is given more weight when it comes to than the society role. But you know, revitalizing the service role has been offered as an important way to recapture public trust in higher education and demonstrate institutional responsiveness to society and concern. So, when we university academics go reach out to the grassroots level people and offer our expertise, they tend to develop their trust on the university people. It's like, you know, it's not like, okay, the profs, you know, they forget their own car keys and, you know, they walk around the car for, you know, I don't know, maybe 7 times. No, they are coming to us, they are like mixing with us, they are offering their academic expertise with us. So they develop public trust. We develop. Students, what's the role of the students as stakeholders? They research, these are some findings from King's College London. According to that study, of course, students are not just bookworms. University students, they want to get involved in societal responsibilities, they want to be part of unions, they want to be moving collegially with the academic staff, not at a very high level partnership work, but you know, more of a sense of collegiality with the staff. They want to be mixed with us. And we know students world over have they're fighting for free education, higher education. And I will read you through these exuberant amounts of loans they are ended up with. And we know as university academics, students have to resort to demeaning and risky ways of making money to pay off their loans, some having to leave their colleges before completion of their degrees. Now, what are the concerns of primary stakeholders on private medical education, higher medical education in Sri Lanka? Inability to assure standards and quality of medical education. Data, scoring, 26 February 2013, a 6-member committee appointed by the Secretary of Higher Education and chaired by the UGC Chairman identifies students who have failed biology in advanced level, have not sat for biology at all, allowed to engage in higher education in medicine in Sri Lanka. Now, and another concern we have is challenging the autonomy of the SLMC and its authority in regulating medical education. Interference of those with vested interest and political ambitions. No comments. Privatizing the ability to pay over merit. The government, of course, if we talk about tuition fees, I don't think the government medical officer salary is not enough. I don't think it is enough to pay off the huge student debts in Sri Lankan setting. And staff drain from state medical faculties which are already understaffed and underfunded for more lucrative and financially encouraging private medical faculties. Of course, we know what happened to our big sister, India. India is stated as a country that has the most corrupted medical council in the world. You don't have to believe me. Listen to Dr. Sujata Rao, the former Secretary of Health India. And what is the situation in Sri Lanka? Anecdotal data, about 10 people waiting in line in Sri Lanka to open up medical colleges. And what do the medical experts in Sri Lanka say about the need of doctors? The likes of Professor Indika Karnatilaka, the only professor in medical education in Sri Lanka, he says, look guys, WHO doesn't say that, does not identify Sri Lanka as a country that has a dearth of medical officers. And he says that what we have in Sri Lanka today is a problem of dispersing the medical doctors, and they have projected if the state medical faculties can do their job, we will have better services. And I agree with my colleagues, we do have to think of whether we can afford. I have a lot of time. Yeah, 3 minutes I can finish. Monitoring the transparency, equality, fairness in higher education. Common entrance exam, GCE advanced level, strictly regulated by the Ministry of Education and University entrance. We never had a problem with that. Advanced level doing good still. The district quota system ensures equality among students who have unequal resources and financial capabilities in the country. And we do have external quality assurance of universities, the quality assurance teams. The internal examinations and the final MBBS are strictly conducted by the staff of respective medical faculties and independent of any external influences or manipulations. Sri Lanka Medical Council has legal provisions to oversee the standard of overall medical education. So far. Stakeholder feedback, evaluation and discussion. Dear colleagues, students and friends, did we ask the students, stakeholders or any stakeholders for their feedback about the current situation? I can't remember reading any. But they offered. Was their feedback evaluated? Was there a discussion, a dialogue about private education, medical education in Sri Lanka? I can't remember reading. In South Africa, students are violently protesting against increasing their tuition fees. And my dear academic colleagues, the fight of leading, there is a risk of leading academics fleeing the system, country. And UNESCO says authorities and teachers should recognize the importance of the participation of teachers through their organizations and in other ways, in steps designed to improve the quality of the education service. Is the university undergoing the stakeholders' role is just to teach them? Okay, what did the stakeholders of Sri Lanka do? How did they give their feedback? They were resorting to very beautiful, very artistic ways of telling. They were in now closing the 600th day in Natal in protesting, giving their feedback. They took the fight in a very creative way to international levels. And they were very creative and fun-loving. I invite you all to get onto YouTube and listen to this. And stakeholders, Medical Council, Professor Lalita Mendes, and all these government people, how did the response to stakeholder feedback? I don't know. These are the parent stakeholders. There is my time is up. I'll stop talking. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the first ranked medical faculty of Sri Lanka today. Thank you.